This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. Hey everyone, Mike here. Welcome to another bonus podcast. I don't know why I did that in an American accent, but here we are. Again, if you are new to this little bonus thing that I do each week, this is every week on 3AW here in Melbourne at 1:45 p.m. on Thursday. I do a little segment, brief segment talking about stuff that's been trending and going viral online, mainly just Twitter. And it's really fun. This past month, I usually do one every month. This past month, I had a few weeks that I missed, mainly because one week I was in Sydney recording the Remembering Project with Hamish and Andy, and the other week I was on set for an episode of The 100 with Andy Lee, so I couldn't actually finish that. I couldn't actually do the segment that week. So there's actually still 4. I've only missed 4 since the last time. So these are my 4 segments. Still really loving doing this. I really want to try to move to be doing a little bit more of this kind of stuff and, doing more podcast guest appearances and, ideally trying to do some kind of radio appearance on a show somewhere, another show. Like, I love doing what I'm doing here, and it's awesome. And yeah, people, if you're listening, people seem to really enjoy this, and a lot of people comment on this and talk to me about the fact that they enjoy this segment and hearing it on catch up on the podcast. So you'll notice that some of these are done on the phone, some of them I do in my home studio here. It kind of just depends on where I am. So while I was working in an office every day, while working on the 100, I would actually just go to my car and do it on the phone from my car, which you'll hear references to in this. So yeah, the quality of me is not always the same because I'm kind of just by necessity having to do it from wherever I am. But yeah, you just got to improvise sometimes. That's kind of the nature of what I do because I'm a freelancer and I do lots of different projects and lots of different things. And I just kind of make do with it. But it is very cool. Like I'm doing one today and just doing it all from my home studio in my apartment, which I think is really, really awesome. Here's the next little compilation. This one contains my segments, and this is actually just for my reference because I always forget what I've done and what I haven't. So just so you guys know, and so I can listen to this back for the next one. This contains my segments from the 28th of July, the 4th of August, the 18th of August, and the 1st of September. Cool. That's a good reference for me, and I guess just a fun bit of trivia for you. Enjoy this segment.
On 3AW Afternoons,
Internet, eh?
What's Trending? With Michael Liberale.
13 minutes to 2. Melbourne's weather, showers increasing today, top of 13. It actually was 13. It's dropped back to 12 now. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and 13. And then Saturday morning, very chilly. Frosty start, only 2 degrees Saturday morning. But a sunny day with a top of 14. Michael, hello.
Hey, Dee Dee, how's it going?
Well, it's going fine. Now, interesting, there's an airport hack that's gone viral. I saw this happening when I was at the airport recently. Tell us what's been going on.
Did you really? Okay, so this particular incident that has been captured and gone viral on TikTok this week is, essentially a new travel hack, but I'm using air quotation marks because I don't think it would be appropriate for anyone to actually do this. But because airport lines are so long, people are pretending to have a disability so they can get priority wheelchair access straight past the queues into the plane, right? And this guy on TikTok, Wolf Jenkins, went viral doing it with 2 million views, more than 2 million views. It's now been deleted.
What do you think of this? Did you actually see people doing it?
Well, what I saw was a woman who was coughing a lot, and she was sort of taken aside. And I thought she'd been taken aside like she got pulled out of the queue and pulled up to the front to go and speak to someone. And I thought, oh, what's happening here? Why is she getting special treatment because she's got a cough? It turned out she just didn't have a mask on, didn't give a flying that she was coughing all over people. Well, you do see it happening. You do see people in wheelchairs, but I don't know how that all happens. But I just think it's a terrible thing to do because there are obviously people who genuinely have need of the wheelchairs. If someone else is taking them up, that's rotten on that level, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely not an ethical travel hack, but people are doing it, which says a lot about where society is at the moment.
Yes. What is it? Well, dog eat dog, or what is it? Live and when you want to.
It's a dog eat dog world, I think, is
kill everyone else and survive.
Looking for. Yeah, survival of the fittest.
Now the Loch Ness monster, I don't know where the scientific argument is at as to whether they believe it actually is or was a thing or what. But is there some new evidence?
Well, there's some new, I guess, kind of evidence, but I will preface this with I think we all know that the Loch Ness monster doesn't exist, but I'll entertain you for a moment, Dee Dee. Studies from 3 separate universities in Europe have found small plesiosaur fossils in a 100 million year old river system that is now in Morocco's Sahara Desert, right? So basically what they are suggesting is that if all these sightings of Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, are true, then it is possible that a plesiosaurus could exist in fresh water because of these fossils that have been found in these river systems. That is essentially the new evidence to suggest that it is a plausible thing that this animal could exist there.
Oh, it's so not what I thought it was going to be, Michael. I thought there was going to be like a new photo or something that proved it was or it wasn't. Do you believe there really is something in there?
No, I don't believe it at all. I find it incredibly hard to believe that there's a monster swimming around the Loch Ness in Scotland. I think it's really incredible.
Oh, darn it.
Do you want to believe in it, Dee Dee?
Yes,
I
do. I do. Well, I think probably the tourism area around the Loch Ness is probably hating this conversation we're having right now. I think they rely on it. Now, I saw my own daughter do this the other day and I thought it was a bit odd. She posted something on Instagram involving one of the Little Miss books, which a lot of us know from being kids. So what's going on there? Where's it all come from?
Yeah, so the Mr. Men and Little Miss books, originally by Roger Hargraves, are seeing this resurgence recently because a lot of people are now... It's turned into a meme to create your own Little Miss character, and a lot of young women, especially on Instagram and Twitter, are sharing Little Miss characters that they've created themselves. I'll read a couple that I've seen that I thought were really funny. Little Miss Borderline Personality Disorder, Little Miss Irritable Bowel Syndrome, and Little Miss Won't Even Ask for Help When There's a Knife in Her Leg. So I think... young women are finding humour in the idea, like, what if these Little Miss characters were more accurate to our actual personalities? And they are going very viral across Twitter. Are
there boys doing it? Are the Mr. Men characters being used as well?
I did start seeing now Mr. Men is taking off. The first one I saw was Mr. Receding Hairline, and it's a really grumpy Mr. Men character. So I assume it will take off on the Mr. side as well.
It's kind of cute, isn't it? Michael, lovely to talk to you. Thank you. I think we've learned, do not ask for a wheelchair at an airport unless you are in genuine need of it. I mean, the fact that it's taken off on TikTok now, more people will get the crazy idea in their heads, and it's not fair to people who actually need them. Michael Liberale there.
On 3AW Afternoons.
Internet, eh?
What's trending? With Michael Liberale.
14 minutes to 2, and Melbourne's weather, possible shower today, top of 18, which we're on at the moment. Tomorrow, showers and only 15 for a top. And let's have a look at the weekend. Saturday, showers increasing, top of 15, and Sunday, showers and 13. Good weekend to stay inside. Michael Liberale joins me now. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Dee Dee. I'm sitting in my car. The sunshine is beautiful in Melbourne today, so it's very nice out.
You're going to fall asleep. It always happens. I actually saw a truckie sitting in his truck in the sun yesterday, asleep because of the sunshine. It's the time of year to do it. I'm bracing myself for the Harry Styles stuff. I know that's still to come, but I'm wondering if you can explain the trend quiet quitting to me.
Yeah, I think I can explain it. It's going viral this week on TikTok, and it's really interesting because the idea of quiet quitting is this new, I guess, millennial trend where you don't quit your job, but you quit putting in any effort in your job. So you basically do the bare minimum you can possibly do in your job. You don't come in early, you never work overtime, and you never check your emails after work, and you do as little as possible. Now, personally, Dee Dee, I don't really get this because this is kind of how I've approached every job I've ever had, and it's worked okay for me. But what do you think of this? We all kind of want to do this, right?
Well, I think it's only going to work if everyone agrees on it, if everyone does the same thing. Because what if you and the rest of your lazy friends are doing the bare minimum, but someone else is very ambitious and doing lots of work? They're going to get the promotion and get all the money, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the sad reality of it. Unfortunately, I think quiet quitting probably isn't the best option, but you can give it a shot like me. It's working okay for me. That's why I'm in my car talking to you right now, because I managed to sneak out the back door of my work.
I don't believe a word of it. I know that you work very hard, Michael.
Thanks, Dee Dee.
Yes, but so, no, quite honestly, like in your generation, which is different to my generation, is ambition a dirty word these days?
I don't know. Like, I consider myself pretty ambitious, but I think a lot of us, particularly with like how far technology has come and how we are always connected to work in some way, like people feel a pressure to involve themselves in their work a lot. And I think that is what's causing this collective burnout amongst our generation that is causing people to want to quiet quit their jobs.
Look, I have to say there's a degree of envy for me because if you can fit more time in for doing the things that you love in your life, then that's a good thing. Will Smith posted an apology video. Did you have a look at it? What did you think of it, Michael?
I thought this was so weird. Do you know the show on the ABC, You Can't Ask That?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, so they basically, the participants on the show read a question from a card, right, and then they answer the question to the camera. And that's pretty much what it felt like Will Smith's apology was. So he kind of reads out questions that we don't know who's asking him these questions. I guess they're questions he thinks the public are asking. So he'll kind of squint at the camera and be like, why did you feel like you had to hit Chris Rock? And then he'll start answering it. And it's just such a bizarre apology from Will Smith. And I think everyone has to watch this. I can't take it seriously. And he does explain that him and Chris Rock are have still not spoken about the incident at all.
No.
It's very, very weird.
It's PR only. If he says that he's reached out as they do in America, in Hollywood terms, to Chris Rock, and Chris Rock doesn't want to respond to him at the moment, doesn't want to speak to him yet. But whatever that conversation is that he was having with a camera, that's a conversation for him and Chris Rock. So anything else is just PR, and from that point of view, I agree with you. I just don't swallow it. All right, here's where we get onto really shaky territory, Michael, because I love Harry Styles. Go ahead. What's your next item?
Look, Dee Dee, I'm going to pleasantly surprise you here by saying I've been spinning Harry Styles' new album, Harry's House, on repeat. It is an absolute classic. But unearthed is Harry Styles' extended original audition for the X Factor, because all those boys from One Direction, they originally all individually auditioned for X Factor. And look, I gotta say, Harry Styles, this never made the cut, but now it's been leaked. He tried Train's Hey Soul Sister. Can we hear a little bit of that, actually?
Hey Soul Sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio, stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know.
Michael, this is gutter journalism at its absolute worst.
It's not his best. Like, let's be real. He has come a long way. I'm surprised he made it through with an audition like that.
Hang on a minute. No. So, first of all, he's as cute as a button, and so's his mum. How hot was she? He's adorable. The crowd are obviously loving him. You can see that Simon Cowell is quite taken by him and has a lot of questions. But even Simon Cowell said, and here's where I want to add a bit of context, Michael. This is how journalism is done, where Harry Styles is concerned. In the same video, so Simon Cowell says he obviously realised that he must have been thrown by the backing track or something, and Simon Cowell then asks him, can you just sing something without a backing track and just sing? And he does that a few seconds later, and that's what this sounds like. Have a listen.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute.
I rest my case, Michael.
And that's how you become the biggest superstar in the world. One audition, one bad song, one great song.
You are having a bob each way. Never, ever have a go at Harry Styles. How could you, Michael? How could you?
No, I have nothing bad to say about Harry. I love his music. He's a great artist.
It was a shocking audition. It does show you, doesn't it? You know, like he could have so easily have been written off on the strength of that first song.
Exactly.
But Simon Cowell, to his credit, saw something and said, try something else.
Charm and charisma and good looks, I think. 3 things I'm yet to develop. But hopefully
Michael.
someday.
Oh, you're as cute as a button too. Thank you, Michael. We'll have you back next week. Michael Liberale there with What's Trending. Let's...
On 3AW Afternoons,
Internet, eh?
What's Trending? With Michael Liberale.
It's 13 minutes to 2 and you will see showers and possibly a thunderstorm this afternoon and tonight. Windy, top of 16. Right now, 15 degrees. Good to have you back, Michael.
Oh, amazing to be back, Dee Dee. I've missed chatting to you. It's great to be on the show.
Well, I need you this week because I have no idea what Be Real is. What is it?
Yeah. So Be Real, everyone, I'm about to blow your mind, is a brand new social media app. Just when you thought we had too many social media apps, right? Be Real is the new one, and it's kind of been billed as an anti-social media app. So here's how it works, and let me know if you reckon you'd like this, Dee Dee. Basically, once a day, everyone on Be Real gets a notification to take a photo, and it uses your front selfie and back camera on your phone, and it uploads the 2 photos together, and you only have 2 minutes to take the photo. If you don't take the photo, you can't see anyone else's photo. So basically, as the name suggests, it's supposed to kind of catch you unaware in whatever you're doing in the moment. So you're being real. Like if this is not your A reel, your highlight reel that you might put on Instagram and curate, it's literally your B reel. And you will find most B reels are just people at work looking really bored on their laptop. That's what I've found so far.
I do know what this is. My daughter was doing it where I was cooking and she said, move. I have to take a photograph of what's cooking or something. It's so, and do you think people are faking what they're doing at that moment?
Well, it's actually interesting because I don't know if everyone has this feature, but on my Be Real, I can actually see how many times people have retaken the photo. So you can actually cancel and retake it. And mine says this person has retaken this 5 times or 6 times. So there is still a bit of flubbing involved. But because you've got that 2-minute window to take it and it comes at an unexpected time, you are kind of restricted to the constraints of where you are at that exact time.
I don't know if it's anti-social media, or to me it's just upping the pressure a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But like I said, so far it's just a lot of my friends at work in front of their laptops emailing, which is actually what real life is. Real life isn't holidays, nice food, and, going on private jets. It's just being in front of your laptop, being bored at work. And that's what Be Real really captures, I think.
I wonder if it will last as much as looking at lovely images of somebody having a nice holiday or not, but it's kind of fun. Tell us about Skylar the dog going viral.
Well, I hate dog accounts and cat accounts and pet accounts, right? I absolutely hate them. I know you're a fan of them.
Yes.
But I just think it's lame to create a profile for your pet and post as your pet, which is exactly what I assume the owner of Skylar, the golden retriever, is doing on TikTok. Because, and there's this, it is a great video that's gone viral. It's gotten 2 million views. Essentially, Skylar, the golden retriever, is in the living room with their family watching TV. They're watching a cooking show on TV. The man on the TV is cooking an omelette, and Skylar, the dog, thinks that it's a real omelette and is trying to essentially get into the TV to eat the omelette.
That's so cute.
Not realizing
She's so fluffy.
It is very, very cute. And we spoke a few weeks ago about the new video game Stray, which is about stray cats, and people were noticing their real-life cats were trying to go and interact with the cats in this video game on the TV. So it does seem, and I think we can agree on this, animals don't know the difference between TV and real life, which does sound really obvious, but apparently it's something that can go very, very viral very quickly. So 2 million views on TikTok for Skylar.
And how are you going? I know you like lollies. How are you feeling about Starburst?
Yeah, well, Starburst has been discontinued in Australia. I'm feeling heartbroken. I think we've got a little bit of audio from a viral TikTok here.
Not sure. Do we have that?
Oh, we don't have it.
Oh, yeah,
That's
we got
okay.
it. Here it comes.
Oh, we do.
Can someone tell me where these lollies went? I've been looking everywhere for them in Australia, in Sydney, whatever, Big W, Coles, whatever. These lollies don't exist. And I'm having like some conspiracy theory, like did they just stop sending them and no one noticed? Is this like another Mandela effect? I don't know, but can someone tell me where did they disappear to?
Where have they gone, Michael?
Okay, so apparently all Starburst lollies were pulled off Australian shelves a few months ago, but no one really noticed until this TikTok video by a lady named Nariman Dine went viral, right? And a spokesperson from Mars who owns Starburst has confirmed that the decision was a result of supply chain issues and rising import costs, and that the company will be shifting its focus towards locally made products. So you will no longer be able to get any Starburst products in Australia. So if you see some in the shops and you like them, snap them up now. But I was going to ask you, Dee Dee, what's your favourite flavour of the Starburst chews, those little square Starburst lollies?
I'm not a fan of any lolly where you've got to unwrap a little package, that they're wrapped in paper. Yeah, it just takes up way too much time that I just don't have.
Mine's cherry, just in case you're interested.
Just in case I ever see any, I'll grab them for you and make sure you get the
bulk
cherry
up
ones.
on them.
Good
Yeah,
on you, Michael.
Thanks, Dee Dee.
Good to talk to you. I'll see you on Be Real. Michael Liberale there with What's Trending. Let's find out what's happening with lunchtime.
On 3AW Afternoons,
Internet, eh?
What's Trending? With Michael Liberale.
13 minutes to 2, Melbourne's weather. Chance of showers later, a top of 16. It's 15 right now. Good afternoon, Michael.
Hello, Dee Dee. How have you been?
I'm very well, thank you. I hope you are too. I don't usually watch tennis, but I have watched a rather uncomfortable tennis video. Tell us about the one that's trending.
So it's such a fascinating video to go viral this week all across all these news websites. The US Open is on at the moment, and a tennis player I haven't heard of her since before this, but her name is Sarah Bejlek, number 194 tennis ranking in the world, and basically she finishes this game in the US Open, and she goes over to sort of embrace her family and her coaches and everything like that. She goes over to, I believe it's her dad or her coach, for a warm embrace.
Both. It's both.
It's both. It's her dad. Yep. It's a dad coach. And
no. There's two separate men. There's her dad.
Two separate men.
And
right.
then her
right.
coach. Yep.
And she hugs them both, and quite a very, I'm just going to say it, they both kind of slap her in the bum a little bit.
Well, it's a grab, it's a pat, it's a slap,
yeah.
It
an goes intimate... for several, probably 15 seconds of just bum touching on this girl. Now, it's caused a lot of controversy. She's come out and she said if something similar happened in the Czech Republic, which is where she's from, no one would deal with it. I think she means no one would comment on it. Right. But since we are in America, everyone comments on it. But as I say, we talked and it won't happen again, which is probably good that your dad and coach are not touching you anywhere below the belt when you're playing tennis, I would say.
It's weird, isn't it? I mean, I know the Americans are very prudish. They won't say toilet, they say bathroom. It's like, but then I don't think this is just being American prudy, and I'm not a prude by any stretch, but it made me uncomfortable. I just don't think dads grab their teenage daughter, whether it's a grab, a touch, a pat, a handful of bottom. It's not right for a dad to be doing that, and nor for the coach either. And then she sort of tried to make it better by saying, well, he gives me massages as well, and that just made it even worse for me, Michael.
Yeah, and it's more than a grab what he's doing. It's almost like, he's very much embracing his daughter and her bottom. Like, it's very, very nonchalantly just that's what he's doing. And I don't know, maybe you'd do that to like a kid, give him a pat on the bum if they fall over, but not to a nearly adult woman. It's quite weird.
Exactly. Now, what has Rolling Stone done that's been trending?
This has caused so much controversy worldwide. I don't know why, but the Rolling Stone magazine has done a cover piece on Harry Styles. I know you love Harry Styles, and don't worry, nothing in this, Dee Dee, is anti-Harry. This is all pro-Harry from me. They've called him the new king of pop, which I would agree with. He's all over the world now. He is the king of pop, but Michael Jackson fans, the original king of pop, are really upset about this, and various members of Michael Jackson's family and fandom have commented on it. Now, what do you think of this? They're saying Harry Styles shouldn't be the new king of pop because Michael Jackson owns that title. Do you think we should just kind of move on from Michael Jackson for obvious reasons?
Well, yes, there are those reasons, which I've always felt incredibly uncomfortable about. I think Michael Jackson's family are making a lot of money off of the name, the King of Pop, and I can't think of a king of anything or any realm in the world that is the king in perpetuity. Everyone has to hand it on to someone else at some point. So it is time for it to be handed to Harry Styles, in my opinion.
And Michael Jackson, he's been gone for some time. And I don't know if the Jackson family even owns the name, the King of Pop. Do you think they do?
I think they've copyrighted it or something, or they've trademarked the name or something. But even they're doing that because they're probably selling merchandise with that on it. So they've made enough by now, surely. And Weird Al Yankovic, I was a big fan when he burst onto the scene. So why is he trending?
So we've seen in the last few years a lot of music biopics. We've had Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody. Most recently, we've had the Elvis movie. But Daniel Radcliffe will star as Weird Al Yankovic in a new music biopic called Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, which is about Weird Al Yankovic's life. And if I can say this, I do think this will be Daniel Radcliffe's most iconic role that he will be associated with for the rest of his career. I just think this is going to be huge for him. But Daniel will never live down his role as Harry Potter back in the day. But I think we have a grab from the trailer here. It looks fantastic.
All I want to say is be as weird as you want to be. You will never find true happiness until you can truly accept who you are.
It looks bizarre, but I love the look of it. I had no idea that this was coming, so thank you for alerting us to that. The Weird Al Yankovic Story coming to a screen near you. And, Michael, we've got a caller on the subject of the bottom squeezing incident. Mark, good afternoon.
Dee Dee and Michael, here's a funny one for you, Dee Dee. A real one. So I had a food shop in the Dandenongs in Sassafras for a long time. Met a lot of people. Had a couple come in one day, young, attractive, probably late 20s. Body language like they were pretty close together. So, you pick up the vibes, you know what I mean? And then the guy I noticed was sort of giving a girl a bit of a, not just a bottom pat squeeze, but a bottom rub, like the old undies rub sort of thing that some guys do. And then later on I'm talking to them expecting they're a couple, and the girl said, "That's my brother." And I thought, God, I've never done that with my sister. No, I'm not well. Mark, we're going to send you out a $100 voucher for Platform 28, a great gift for Dad to celebrate Father's Day. And thank you to Mark O'Reilly at Platform 28 for that. Michael, thank you. We'll talk again next week.
Thanks, Dee Dee. Speak soon. There you go, guys. That is another compilation of my trending segment on 3AWs. You can catch it live 1:45 p.m. Thursdays. That's Australian Eastern Standard Time, but we are going into daylight saving soon. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you are international and want to catch it live, I think there's a really good website called Radio Garden that will just tune to any radio station in the world for you that I sometimes use. But yeah, if you do want to support what I'm doing, patreon.com/radiomike is the best way to do that. I really appreciate anyone who has jumped on and done that already. Thanks, guys. There'll be another one of these next month. Love you long time. Mwah. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.